Okay, what are you saying, people, and welcome back to another live stream. Now, before we get into the markets, make sure you follow me on my Telegram channel. I'll leave a link to that in the description and in the live chat as well. So we're posting a lot of different trading setups throughout the week, and you don't be missing out on that. But like I said, got another live stream. I'm going to talk you through what's happening in the charts and see if there's any potential trading setup coming soon. So first, we'll start with AUD/USD. You can see that this one yesterday, towards the end of yesterday, early this morning, a nice push to the downside. As I was saying yesterday, we had some nice resistance just above us. As you can see, support along there again, acting as resistance, and ultimately failed to break it. We had a nice wick above it as price tried to break it, pull back, failed to do so, and then closed back below that resistance. And you can see ultimately fell to the downside from that area. So again, we could probably expect AUD/USD to continue to the downside from there, but we are coming up against some strong support areas in the market. As you can see, support all along there, and then that's going to be acting as support. So we could be seeing another push to the upside from that area. Again, you can see very strong support, and daily as well. That was our previous swing low. As you can see, push downside from this area. We had that push to the upside, so we'll come back to that same area. So again, we could be seeing AUD/USD have another push to the upside, unless we remain bearish and go and break this level. But as of yet, you can see the candles starting to lose momentum and potentially could be able to move to the upside, but again, not too clear. But overall, probably still expecting that to continue to the downside for now. EUR/USD, now this one came up to go and test the trend line that I drew in yesterday. I connected these two highs here. Again, not the strongest of trend lines, as you can see, only two tests of this trend line. Initially, the first one there, and the second one there, as we made that move to the downside. So not the strongest trend line, but as you can see, price is reacting to it a little bit. It tested it last night, had that push downside, and again went to go and test it early this morning. And you can see we have a bit of a doji wicks to the other side, so a bit of indecision around this area. Again, it will be interesting to see if prices is going to break this trend line now and push the upside further, which could well happen. As you can see, big push from EUR/USD. This could just be a little bit of sideways movement before it continues going up, and that could well happen. Or we could be seeing that trend line hold and price become bearish again, and we see EUR/USD fall. As of yet, we're not too sure. There's a lot of indecision around that area. Of course, you've got the 200-moving average just running below it as well, acting as support. So price needs to break out to which direction, maybe to the upside or to the downside. If you get some nice bearish candles, and potentially could be looking for some trades there. But as of yet, there's nothing there for me to get into. UCCHF, now this one made a nice push to the downside yesterday. As you can see, there's bear candles coming all the way back to the support area now. Probably interesting for buys for UCCHF now. I'll come up to this support area again, not too much price action getting us into the trade here. You see a lot of wicks to the upside there on the 4H. So essentially price was trying to push higher, but failed to do so. A lot of wicks there. It means bears are still selling the market. So potentially it'd be nice if you get like a possible false breakout of this area. If price was to close below a little bit, make a little bit lower lows, and then give us a nice bullish price action, then we can look to buy the market there. Or if we get some bullish price action from where we are right now with the support area, that could be nice to buy into as well, because from a daily perspective, still expecting a nice swing to the upside. But you can see with current price action, yesterday's candle closed quite bearish. The momentum looks like it's still heading to the downside from this original move from out there. So again, if I was to do a little bit of a false breakout, we could be seeing a nice push to the upside from areas like so. As you can see, if I extend this across, you can see support all along here, false breakout there, but support all along here. Again, that'll be acting as support. So if price was to come into this area here, that'd be a nice place to look to go and buy UCCHF. But as of yet, we're still hovering at that support. Be interested to see if we break it or not, or if we get some price action. But as of yet, no trade for me on UCCHF. GPUSD, now this one looks like just moving sideways. Essentially, we've got clear support around there, and we've got our resistance going through the market along here. And again, you can see we got rejected from that area yesterday. As I was saying, this is a strong area in the market, and these are just false breakouts. But as you can see, that's the resistance holding the market in, and there's the support. and essentially GBUSD is just moving sideways, ranging between one area of the market to the other. So again, no real clarity there in terms of a trading setup for me for GBUSD. If price was to come all and test the highs up here, and we get some more bearish price action, then maybe we can look for some short trades to the downside. But as you can see, we're having trouble getting to the downside here. You can see we had a nice bearish push, but then from there on, a lot of bulls come back into the market, push up, and we had a push back to the upside, push back down, push back to the upside. So again, we're having trouble creating some lower lows there on the 4H. But yeah, not real any clear setup for me for GBUSD. So yeah, won't be looking to put any trades on that pair just yet. AJPY 78 USD pull back into some previous resistance, then push to the downside. As you can see, support all along here, support there, push the upside, support again, push the upside, support again, push the upside. So now that whole area is going to get to resistance. I had a push to that area, and then from there we got rejected, and price fell back to the downside. So you can see that over momentum that we had from this test of the trend line all the way to the downside is still looking like it's present in the market there, and probably coming to go and test the lows all the way down there. As you can see, this is the previous low on the daily chart. A nice push to the downside from that area to go and test this area, push to the upside, and we could be coming back to go and test that same area again, where potentially could be seeing another push to the upside, or if price remains bearish, could be seeing price go and break it, and then we can really see a nice swing to the downside for AJPY from a daily perspective. As yet from the 4H, you can see we're starting to come a little bit bullish on the hourly there. Few bull candles creeping into the market. Overall, the candles still show that we are looking bearish and probably heading to the downside, but then that could change if a few strong bullish candles come back into the market. We could potentially see AJPY rise again, but then again, we are coming up to a very strong area of support. We had the whole move to the upside from this same area, so again, you do expect some bullish reaction from this area in the market. But yeah, as of yet, there's no real clear opportunity for AJPY. We're still looking bearish and probably still looking to continue unless we get some strong bullish candles coming into the market. Next, we got CAD-JPY. Now CAD-JPY on the 4H, again, a nice push to the upside from this market, and going to test a trend line. As you can see, we have this trend line going through the market, multiple tests of this trend line. We had another one test there recently, and a push to the upside from that trend line, but as you can see, we're running out a little bit of steam there, losing momentum. We could be seeing that slowly roll over and go and test the trend line again. We could see price either go break it and CAD-JPY give us a new push downside, or see price continue to the upside for CAD-JPY. From a daily point of view, we got some strong resistance not too far away from where price is currently. As you can see, resistance along here, push downside, resistance again, push to the downside. So if price was to come into that area, we could be seeing some nice shorting opportunities for CAD-JPY. But you can see we are quite far away from a 4-hour point of view. We've still got to take out these last swing highs to get there. As you can see, we're running out a little bit of momentum. We could see CAD-JPY slowly creep up, and that's the case. We're going to expect price to come and test this area again, and if we break it, we'll be expecting price to go and test the daily resistance above it. But as of yet, slowly running out of momentum. Probably still looking bullish as of yet. So we could be seeing CAD-JPY slowly make its way to the upside. But if we do roll over, probably expecting prices to come test this trend line again. And from there, if we see some more bullish price action come into the market, we can expect a nice bounce off that trend line and price to go and test the highs up there. But then again, if we remain bearish, we could easily see CAD-JPY go and break this trend line and start a new bearish trend to the downside. But as of yet, no clear opportunity for us on CAD-JPY. ADCHF, now this one looking very bearish. As you can see, price finds some support in the market around here, push downside, bit of sideways movement as it was correcting itself, and then big move to the downside again, as you can see from yesterday all through last night as well. On the daily chart, again looking very bearish. We recently took out some strong levels on the daily time frame. As you can see, we had this strong level going through the market here, acting as support all through this ranging that we had. You can see support all along here. We finally took that out, and from then prices just been pushing to the downside and looking very bearish. On the 4H, again, you can see a lot of consecutive bear candles there. We probably are due some retrace in the market and a push to the upside, but ultimately ADCHF is looking very bearish and probably expecting that to continue unless we start to see some bullish candles start to creep back into the market. But yeah, definitely no opportunity there. We won't be shorting or buying that as of yet. Needs a bit more clarity in the market there, but ultimately still expecting that to continue. As you can see, we're looking very bearish on ADCHF. CHF JPY again starting to look bullish. We had a big push to the upside yesterday. As you can see, we had that 10 a.m. close. From then, price pushed to the upside quite nicely. We're moving sideways. We broke up to the upside. Let's all come back to test some recent highs in the market. As you can see, initially tested this area, pushed the downside, and now we're back at that same area in the 4H. And from a daily perspective, you can see we had a nice push to the upside. We thought when price broke to the downside with that bearish candle there on the daily chart breaking through this area in the market here, we thought we were going to see a nice swing to the downside for CHF JPY, but as you can see from then, we kind of just retraced back to the upside. So we're looking like we're still in this channel sort of for CHF JPY. We're testing some previous resistance in the market, so we could see the market fall back down to the downside from there, or we can see price go and break that area of resistance and potentially go and test this trend line again on the daily time frame. That could be the case. As you can see, we are still looking bearish. There's not really any we are still looking bullish, so there's not really any bearish price action saying that that area could hold as of yet. We could get some price action at 2 p.m, maybe a nice pin bar, something like that, a bit of wick rejection, but as of yet still looking bullish, and there's no trading opportunity for us on CHF JPY. But ultimately you could easily see price go and break down, remain bullish and continue higher. Euro GBP, now this one looks like it's wanting to break out of this channel that we got going in the market. As you can see on the 4H, if I draw it in my trend lines, so you can see that we had a break out of that area. Not very strong impulsive break, but we did have a break out of this trend line in the market. As you can see, keeping price in there quite well actually. Multiple tests of each trend line on both sides of the market there, and it does look like we have actually broken out of the upper trend line. We do have the 200-moving average on the 4H just above it, as you can see, acting as some resistance in the market, but essentially we have broken out. And if we see price really start to look impulsive, then we can probably say we do have a breakout. But if price does close back inside this trend line, that'll probably just be a false breakout and probably see price fall back to the downside again. But we are looking bullish on UGP. I wouldn't want to be selling that as of yet, but yeah, probably expecting that to continue if you do remain outside of that trend line. And again, if we do see that happen, we could potentially see another big move to the upside. We got a lot of levels where Euro GBP could be targeting. We got areas like that, areas up here, and obviously got the areas all the way up there, which were the previous highs where we had this move to the downside from. So there are a lot of areas where Euro GBP could be targeting, but we are starting to look bullish on that one. Next we've got Euro AUD. Now Euro AUD actually broke out of its ranging pattern that we've been having on the daily chart. As you can see, we've been ranging quite well. We're drawing the level. We've been ranging quite well for some time now. We've got a resistance up there and we've got a support all along here, and you can see we're actually finally broken out of that area to the upside, and actually it's a very strong break as well. So it looks like it won't be false, and it's like UAD could be looking at a new uptrend to the upside potentially. Again, unless price was to reverse from back there, close back inside this resistance, then we'll probably be treating that as a proper breakout. We'll probably see price continue higher to the upside. As you can see from the weekly, we had a nice push to the downside there. As you can see, push to the downside from this area, ranging a lot, and then it looks like we actually seen price break out finally to the upside. with this current candle around there. So yeah, we are looking very bullish and probably expecting that to continue. We are due some retrace in the market. As you can see, a lot of consecutive bullish candles there where we do some retrace. But again, we won't be buying or selling that. We are very about some new fresh highs. We won't be buying into that. And again, there's no bearish price action for us to sell that either. So yeah, probably expecting USD to continue if we remain bullish. As of yet, there's no opportunity to get into the market as of yet. If you do come back to retest the recent level, again, that'll be acting as support. Could be looking to buy from there. But as of yet, still looking bullish and probably expecting that to continue. Next, we got NZD-CAD. Now, NZD-CAD, I was in a long trade in this one. But as you can see, we had a push to the downside and I exited the trade, hit my stop loss. We had this daily trend line that I was looking at for price, but as you can see, today's candle has gone and broken that trend line. Price has stayed respecting this downward trend line that we had through the market. As you can see, test there, second test there, third test there, bit of a false breakout. Price came back in and went and broke that daily trend line there. So yeah, we are looking very bearish on the CAD. As you can see, the momentum is very much to the downside and could be seeing that continue further. We do have some support not too far away. As you can see, we do have the 200 moving average on the daily chart just below there. So again, that area of the market is going to be acting as support. And of course, if you drag that across, you got support all along here as well, where we had the initial push to the upside from. So NZD-CAD is looking bearish and probably expecting that to continue to go and test this area here, or the 200 moving average just above it. But yeah, we are looking bearish and probably expecting that to continue a little bit further before we can look for some opportunities to buy the market. NZD-JPY, again, this is another one that has a push to the downside. Looks like NZD was quite weak yesterday and early this morning. As you can see, nice push to the upside with this trend line here. And as you can see, we had a break to the downside and price had a push back up, almost tested the trend line again, but from there we had a nice fall back to the downside. So for NZD-JPY, we're still stuck in this range pattern for the daily chart. As you can see, we've got a support along here and our resistance just above. So we need to see price break out either to the downside or to the upside to get a bit more clarity in the decision of the direction we can go for the daily chart. If you do break through the support level, you can see price move nicely to the downside where we can target some lows. Well, previous highs are actually down here. As you can see, resistance there, going to be acting as support. And of course, if you go and break that resistance, we expect the bullish trend to continue, and we could be targeting some other highs in the market. But as of yet, we're actually looking quite bearish on the daily chart. You can see push the upside and slowly roll over and back to some bearish momentum. So again, probably expecting it to come test that support area again. And if we see price eventually break that, then we can be seeing a nice swing to the downside. But as of yet, you can see push the downside. We're back at some local support. You can see previous support here, push the upside again, support there. So again, no real opportunity for us to get into the market. We won't be selling support, and there's no real incentive to buy there either. Not really any bullish price action. So again, no real clear opportunity for me in NZD-JPY. And we'll let that pair play out a little bit more. Maybe we can see some opportunities further down the road. NZD-USD. And this one, daily chart, again, we're still expecting a swing to the downside for this one. As you can see, we had a wick to the upside there as price got rejected from previous support in the market, resistance. As you can see, support all along there, support keeping the market moving sideways, and active resistance for us there. Nice push to the downside, breaking through the previous low down here. As you can see, we had a nice push downside, breaking for that area. We are still got some support area to break through the market. As you can see, we've got support all along here, support. We had that push downside, back up. Again, then we had that move to the upside. So again, all that area is going to be acting as support. So we need to see price break that for us to really get a nice move to the downside. And then, of course, once we've broken that area, and then we got some nice support there as well. So again, multiple levels where price needs to go and test and break for the USD. But from a daily time frame, we are looking bearish now, and we're still expecting a swing to the downside. And if that does really start to kick in, we're expecting price to at least go and test the lows down here. As you can see, support there, or go test the 200 moving average just below it, which also lines up with this support area as well. As you can see, support all along here, which held price and eventually gave its move to the upside. So again, if you do go and break through those levels, this is where we're expecting price to come to from a daily point of view. Again, we've still got a long way to go for that to happen. 4H, again, no real opportunity there. Ultimately still looking bearish. We won't want to be selling into that or buying into that just yet. So as of yet, there's no real opportunity. Maybe if we pull back in some resistance, going to go short there, but as of yet, no trade for me on SDUSD. And yeah, yesterday I was in AUD/CAD, but then we pushed the downside, which took me out the trade. I went long from this support area in the market here, looking for price to go and retest some previous daily support in the market. As you can see, we've got support along there, support. So anticipating a move to the upside to go and test that same area of support, now turn resistance. And as you can see, we didn't get that move, and price ultimately remained bearish. And we saw price break through that support level and is now continuing to the downside. So I've exited through that trade, and again, it's looking bearish and probably could be expecting that to continue. You can see that from the candles, from breaking that support, a lot of bearishness there. I haven't really seen any bull candles step into the market since that area. So yeah, momentum is to the downside, and probably expecting that to continue for AUD/CAD. We do have the 200 moving average not too far as well there, so you could be seeing price head to that area. We do have some support in the market along here. As you can see, daily support along here, which kept us ranging. Then we had the push to the upside. So again, that could be acting as support. Or we could see price continue a little bit further, go and test the 200 moving average there on the daily chart. I'm not quite sure yet, but ultimately from a 4H perspective, looking bearish. We haven't seen any bullish indication that price could be reversing just yet. So yeah, probably expecting that to continue. So as of yet, not really in any trades. Going to be looking at different markets throughout this live stream, seeing if we can get any opportunities come in the future. CHF JPY is one I'm potentially looking at for some short trades. Previous resistance along the market here. As you can see, previous resistance pushed the downside again at that same area. Again, we need to see some nice bearish price action come in into the market here for me to get short. Right now we are looking bullish, so won't be looking to put any trades on just yet for CHF JPY. But that is one of the pairs that we're looking at to see if we can get any trades in. But yeah, currently not in any trades. Going to be waiting to see if you can get some nice opportunities maybe later today or tomorrow. If anyone wants me to look at any different pairs or any different charts, just put it in the live chat as well, and I'll make sure I get back to you. But yeah, just be looking at different pairs throughout the live stream and just seeing how they get on, and if we can get any other opportunities. Okay, so we're going to take a quick look at AUD USD. Okay, so AUD USD, we had a push to the downside yesterday night and early this morning. As you can see, I've highlighted this area here as previous support, turn resistance for us. As you can see, support there, turn some resistance around there. We had a nice push to the downside. So again, we're looking quite bearish on the 4H. Hourly, again, looking bearish. We have slowed down a little bit of momentum, as you can see. A lot of bull candles coming back into the market. But yeah, we could be seeing another push to the upside, as you can see a nice push downside there. So again, you do expect some retrace in the market. Again, we do have some previous support in the market on the 4H around there. As you can see, previous support in the market, which gave us the move to the upside. Again, quite correctly, but it did give us the move to the upside. So that area was acting as support. So if we retest it from underneath, that's going to be resistance. So if you do see a move to that area, then probably on the lower time frames, like maybe the 50-minute, 30-minute, you could be looking for some short-term sells there. If that does hold that resistance and you get some nice bearish price action. Again, you do have some levels higher up, so if price was to come back and retest the same level it did up here, again, support, resistance. So if price was to make a bigger retracing and test that area, again, you can be looking for some short setups on maybe the hourly this time, on slightly higher time frame to capture a bigger swing to the downside. But yeah, we are due some retrace in the market on the low time frames. As you can see, you had a nice push to the downside, so naturally you do expect some retrace in the market there. If you do break through this level, we could be seeing a bigger retrace than that, probably to go and test the trend line. And again, we can be seeing a nice short up there, but we are coming up to some strong support in the market. As you can see, this original area down here is what gave us this whole push to the upside. So again, we are coming back to that area, some strong support. So we are going to probably get some bullish momentum coming to the market from this area. As you can see, support there, push the upside again. Could be seeing more bulls come into the market from the support and see a push to the upside. Obviously, we don't know how far the retrace can go, but there's a few key areas that I've highlighted that price could go to before finding resistance to turn back down. But again, if you do get a move all the way to test the trend line, that could be a nice place to go short the market again for a fourth test of that trend line. But yeah, from a day perspective, we are expecting AUD USD to remain bearish, and probably eventually, if it does go and reach the 200 moving average on our daily chart there, or previous support along here, as you see support there, we'll be acting as support there again as well. So we've got a few targets to the downside from a daily perspective, so that's more long term. But the shorter time frames really have the move to the downside. So again, do expect some retrace before that continues. So yeah, I hope that helped. Okay, so before I end the live stream, I'm going to quickly go through the chart and see what the current markets are doing and see what opportunities we have in the near future. So for AUDUSD, come up to this support area here, so we're expecting some push to the upside. As you can see, previous support here, this was our previous swing low on the daily chart. As you can see, push to the downside. This is when the market found support on the daily. Now the push to the upside, and if I drag that across as well, you can see it's a strong resistance for us previously around there. Push the upside, acting as support. So again, it's a strong area in the market. We do expect to see some bullishness come into the market. As you can see, we had that push to the upside as well. So we'll come back into that same area. So you could be seeing another push to the upside from that area. Maybe not as big, but we do expect some retrace on the bearishness we've had for AUDUSD so far. Again, we could remain bearish and break through it. That's still a possibility, but we're slowing down as we come into the area, so could be seeing a push to the upside before we go down again for AUDUSD, so just watch out for that. EURUSD, you can see we're looking very bullish. We've actually broken through this trend line here. Again, it wasn't the strongest trend line. I connected just 2 points there, so you can see subsequently we've gone and broke through that trend line though. We are coming up to some recent highs from USD, so it'll be interesting to see if we go and break through that. If you start breaking through that level, then we start to look quite bullish for USD, but it can be aware of like false breakouts happening as we happened around there. We were looking at this high, price broke up, a little bit of false breakout, and then came back down after that area. So again, that's the resistance area we're going to be looking at for USD to see if we stay below that or price start to break above it. If we do start to break above it, USD might be looking a bit bullish if we do that. UCCHF, this one, again, we're looking at this support area early in the live stream, saying we could potentially be looking to go long from this area, or if we can get like a false breakout and price goes back inside it with some nice price action. As you can see, we are breaking through that area, so potentially if we get some nice price action, close back above or back into that area, could be looking to go long for UCCHF. But as of yet, again, still looking bearish and breaking through that level. Again, we do have the support area just below it. As you can see here, we're coming into that area slightly. Going to see previous support. If I drag along again, you can see previous support here as well. So there's a strong area in the market where we could be seeing UCCHF gain some strength and see a nice push to the upside. But as of yet, still looking bearish and no opportunity for us there. GPUSD, again, not much has happened this morning for GPUSD and the 4H. Again, we've got a resistance above it and support there. Effectively had a bullish candle. Now we're looking a bit bearish again, just moving in a sideways motion between this resistance and that support. So no real clear trade for us. As for direction, again, it's not really clear for GPUSD. I'm just bunching up in that area of the market over there. AUDJPY, again, we're coming up to some previous support in the market, 7 to AUDUSD. Again, you can see here's where we had our move to the upside. Now we're back at that same level. So again, we could be expecting maybe a bit bigger move to the upside again, and then expecting some sales to come through, because from a daily point of view, we're still expecting a move to the downside. We've got our targets at the 200 moving average and previous support as well in the market. As you can see, support around there. So again, ties in with the 200 moving average quite well. So we could be looking at some shorts to get to that area, but again, we're coming to a very strong support. So we want to be short in the market there. We want to see the market retrace first, then gather some momentum back to the downside, and then look to enter some nice bearish price action. But as of yet, very strong support area. Probably see price maybe go down a little bit more before we have a big move to the upside, and we could be seeing, if you go and test this area again, previous support, time resistance there, and then you could be probably looking for some shorts again. But AJPY is looking still looking bearish, but could be seeing a move to the upside for that pair. AGCAD, again, this one is the failed trade that I took on Monday. You can see it pushes to the downside still, again, still looking bearish. We are coming up to this support here in the market. As you can see, support all along there, push to the upside. Again, looks like we could be actually breaking through that. And if we do, then we'll probably be targeting the 200 moving average. Again, not too far away from it. So still looking bearish. No opportunity for us there. EURGP, this one looks like it's breaking out of the trend lines that have been containing price for quite some time now on the 4H. So if I draw the trend lines in, you can see we're actually breaking through the upper trend line there of that 4H currently. Obviously, EURGP gives us a lot of wicks and a lot of up and down movement, so probably have to wait for 2 p.m. to be sure of that, because this easily can turn into a wick and price close back below that trend line there. But as of yet, we've still about 1.5 hours to go before the 2 p.m. close. For the 4H time frame, we are looking bullish, and does look like we are breaking out that trend line, so you could be seeing a move to the upside for Euro GBP. Euro D again still looking very bullish. I was saying that we broke out of the ranging pattern that we're having on the daily chart, and you can see we're broken out, and from then on we're looking very, very bullish. Prices making those higher highs, and no signs of any bearishness coming to the market in the 4H. So yeah, you can see the current price action is really bullish, and probably expecting that to continue. So if you want to get into any trades there, probably have to wait for price to pull back. But yeah, looking very, very bullish, and probably expecting that to continue to the upside. Next, we take a look at Euro JPY. This one again looking bullish as well, coming up to previous resistance in the market. As you can see, this is where we had the move to the downside from, so we'll come back to that area. So again, interesting to see if that holds. So to Euro USD, coming back to recent resistance as well. Interesting to see if that area holds, or if we go and take that area out and go straight through it. Because as you can see, if I draw this across, you can see previous support for us here on the daily chart. Again, support, resistance there. So we're back into that same area of resistance. So it'll be interesting to see if that holds again and we see another move to the downside, or does price break through it and then continue to the upside there, and probably go and test the previous highs of the daily chart up there. But yeah, we're coming into that area, currently looking very bullish. You can see very strong candle there. Obviously we could pull back, but currently looking very strong. And probably could be expecting Euro JPY to continue as we see some nice bearish pressure coming back into the market there. Next we've got NZD CAD. Again, this one's looking bearish as well. Went through a daily trend line just recently, so you can see we are looking very bearish from a daily point of view. Very bearish candle to the downside there. Again, we got the 200 moving average not too far away, just around there, so we could be seeing some sort of bullish reaction from the 200 moving average. Of course we can go straight through it, but we do see a lot of times price bounces from the 200 moving average. As you can see recently here, price came into the 200 moving average, wicked below it a little bit, and then after got rejected and pushed back to the upside. So you can see potentially that happen again from that 200 moving average, and of course we've got support just below it as well. As you can see from that area of the market, we pushed the upside. So again, we could be seeing a reaction to the upside for NZD CAD soon, but again, currently looking very bearish, and we need to start seeing some bullish price action come to the market before we buy that. But yeah, so far looking very bearish, and probably expecting that to continue. NZD-JPY, similar thing, still looking bearish, currently at some support in the market. As you can see, this is where we had that retrace, and then price finally came back down to retest the area. Probably expecting NZD-JPY to go and break this soon. You might be getting retraced before that happens, but nonetheless, still expecting NZD-JPY to continue to the downside. On the daily chart, we do have that ranging pattern, so expecting a little bit of a test of the lower of the support area of that range, and then if you can go and break that, we're probably expecting price to go a lot further. But as of yet, still expecting a move to the downside for NZD-JPY. You can see on the daily chart we had a bit of a move to the upside, and we're slowly starting to become bearish again, and just going to expect that to continue to the downside from there on. And once we break through this level, then we could be targeting the lows down there. As you can see, support along there, and again we've got support along there, so that's where we could be targeting for NZD-JPY if we do go and break the current 4H level that we're at. And NZD-USD, similar thing, still expecting a move to the downside. You can see that currently the candle's pulling back to the downside there. We were looking slightly bullish early on in that 4H candle, but it's starting to pull back and become bearish again, and you can see the momentum is to the downside. So again, probably expecting that to continue. We did have a little bit of a channel here in the price. As you can see, there's a resistance up there, there's a support. Price didn't quite reach that trend line there, reverse, went back to the upside, and then made its way to test the trend line, and you can see it's actually broken it. So you could be seeing NZD-USD properly have its move to the downside now and start to kick in, and see that continue further. And again, we've got support areas around there that potentially could caused price to struggle to break through it. So again, we've got some support there, so you have to watch out for that area. And of course, the previous swing low in the market, again, acting as support is where we had that initial push to the upside from. So again, that could be places where to target, but from a daily perspective, we're expecting this to continue a lot further, and we've got nice targets. The 200 average running through price there. We could see price get attracted to that area. And of course, we've got the support running through the market along here, as you can see, push the upside, but went back down, found support all along here, and had that push to the upside from that same area. So it could potentially be seeing that area act as support again. Of course, the 200 average just below it, and seeing price getting attracted to that area for NZD USD. So currently, that's what we're expecting that from a daily point of view. For 4H, again, still looking bearish, so expecting that to continue. Currently not in any trades as of yet. I was looking for potential short on CTF JPY, still looking bullish, and currently it is breaking through the recent highs there. Again, if you get a nice wick above this area, that will false breakout and price goes back bearish, could be seeing a nice short trade there for me. Or UCCHF as well, if that was the pullback up, could be looking for some buys for this pair as well. So potentially could be happening at 2 p.m. If that does pull back, and then I could be taking a trade, or it might not happen and it could still go down and we get a trade tomorrow or maybe the day after that. But we'll be watching a couple pairs now just to see if we do get any opportunities there. But those are the two pairs that I'll be looking at closely for the rest of the day and probably the rest of the week as well. But yeah, that's the end of the live stream. So thank you for watching, thank you for joining us. If you have any questions, make sure you put it in live chat in the comments and I'll make sure I get back to you. If you haven't already, make sure you join me on my Telegram channel. I'll left the link to that in the live chat and also the description below as well, because I'll be posting a lot of different trading setups throughout the week and you don't want to be missing out on that. But once again, thank you for joining us, and until the next one, I'll see you later.